Coming to Apple TV Plus on August 9th.
You the Marine?
Yeah. You the ex-con?
Yeah, I did time, but you only got to cast aspersions at me.
From the director of Mr. and Mrs. Smith and The Bourne Identity comes a new film.
It's your first job?
I know what I'm doing.
A little late for a career change.
Starring Matt Damon.
Everybody in New England is after us.
And Casey Affleck.
Go, 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 go! What are you doing?
Taking notes.
Taking notes on a criminal conspiracy.
The Instigators, rated R. Streaming August 9th on Apple TV Plus.
When it comes to music, everyone has a totally unique taste. So when a song comes on that perfectly fits your mood, it kind of feels like magic. And at Credit Karma, we do the same thing, but for your finances. We got tired of the financial system giving broad, impersonal, and irrelevant advice to everybody. So we created a way for you to cut through the noise and find offers and recommendations that make sense for your specific money goals. So you know the guidance you're getting is truly custom to you. Download Intuit Credit Karma today and get everything you need to outsmart the system.
Oh, hey.
Andrew. God, it's 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
What are you doing, bud?
Hey. I'm sorry I woke you up. I thought maybe I could stay over. I brought my own sleeping bag. You won't even know I'm here.
What is it? I'm exhausted.
Hey, Adam, I know it's Andrew. Just a second. Listen, I know why you're here.
Go away.
I know why you're here, and you cannot stay here. I've already told you can stay on the edge of the property, but
maybe the garage?
No,
What about the
just
garage?
on the edge of the lawn by the road. Thank you so much.
Then come back to bed.
Okay.
You know I have a big morning.
I'll be there in a
Okay,
second.
well, you're still going to help me with this problem tomorrow morning on the podcast?
That's right.
They say that you should dress for the job that you want, which is why the three of us look like we run a party city in a strip mall 15 miles outside of your city. Because while we may not be managers, I like to think of us as management material. This is the Grawlix Saves the World. My name's Adam Caton Holland.
I'm Ben Roy.
And I'm Andrew Orbital.
And this is a comedy podcast about bettering your world. Welcome to it, guys. We are here.
I can honestly say I usually do not support or stand behind any of the messages in Adam's Pearls. I find them to be troubling and often misguided in their attempts at philosophy. But this one I agree with. And I want you to know, I want to give praise. Even a broke clock is right twice a day. And
it felt right. It felt right when I thought of it. And I do think the three of us together, while we're not there yet, given time to train under proper managers, could very well run a party city.
Run our own party city.
Oh, easily.
After a year of sort of
Easily.
seeing how it works, figuring out the lay of the land, I think they can hand over the keys to us. And I think the business
I think that's going to be the most profitable branch in the entire district.
There is going to be some skim because we're definitely going to have a few problematic employees. Like there's going to be some nepotism. You know, your klepto cousin Keith is going to work for us, Andrew.
Well, and also, if any, there's a bin where you can just sort of scoop candies. It's just like individual. If any of those fall on the ground, dibs.
Oh,
yeah, that's the perk of being the manager, and I think everyone gets that.
Floor candy.
Any floor
is the
candy
perk.
goes to the manager first.
Yeah, floor candy.
I love it.
Yeah. This was a good one, Adam, and I want to make sure I give credit where credit is due.
I've enjoyed every single one, and I've told Adam he should make a coffee table book of them.
If I genuinely made a coffee table book of Adam's Pearls, I'm going to call my shot 13 sales, 13 total copies sold.
Wow. So on par with kind of any modern book. That's cool. I mean, it's cool that you're positive.
Are because I laid them out as merch after a show and people felt bad. Like six of them were sort of guilty.
More copies than my last album.
Yeah. Okay.
So
right, well,
that's.
I guess I will. Maybe I will. Okay. If anybody wants to compile them, we'll print them up and we'll get going. We'll get going on this.
Print them up.
I love it. Yeah. How are you guys doing, by the way? I want to say I've missed you both. It's been a long summer. We had a long summer, and the heat and the rain has kept us apart.
I'll be honest, I didn't think we were going to podcast today because yesterday was producer Ron's birthday party. And
my God,
neither of you showed up. I thought maybe you had died in a car accident together, but here you are. Here you are,
Well,
fine
we
and
just
healthy.
don't like Ron.
Oh, okay. Oh, I guess I didn't factor that in.
That's not my religion, so I couldn't go to that ceremony.
Yes, Adam's part of a very, very, very strict group of people. They don't celebrate birthdays.
No, because it takes
Jehovah's
the glory
Witness.
away from God.
They don't tell.
In my religion. Okay,
Yes.
well, everyone was born. Who gives a shit? And how vain to sort and honestly, like self-idolizing, which is a false idol, to sit there and just say, today is my day. Gather, appreciate me, blow out candles in my honor. It takes away from our God.
This feels
And it was weird because Ron did have this kind of like golden dais that he did climb onto
Right.
toward the end of the barbecue, and everyone kind of got on their knees and was like rocking forward and backward,
Really?
chanting. Yeah.
Well,
kind
Were
of a
they
the way
weird
he
going?
makes
vibe.
his-
Were they going like on the dais, on the dais? He's on the dais, on the dais, on the dais. No.
Swish, nice work, Ben.
Theater
Ben.
kid Ben.
Nice
Theater
work.
kid Ben. It's weird how Ron makes his kids wash his feet as well. Don't you find that strange?
Yeah.
And did they do that at the party?
They do it in the Bible, and he's like, if it's good enough for the Bible, it's good enough for
Everyone
this
gathers.
house.
Ron's progeny will now clean his feet on the dais. Honestly, if you think about it, Andrew, it's
don't like that.
disgusting that you went. It's
I almost
disgusting
didn't
that you went to that party.
Spit out all my
Look, I
water.
was curious about the religion, okay? They didn't convert me. Yeah, I prayed a little, I sang, I bought the fucking beads on my way out, but I didn't like convert.
They're more like items you can hang up on the wall and say you've seen it, you've been there, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's,
like
it's like
religious
I'm
tourism.
spiritual. I'm like spiritual, but not religious when it comes to the cult of Ron.
I like that.
Andrew, I love it. Andrew, can you please put from now on anything spiritual, not religious, on anything we
Yeah.
release?
Change your Twitter bio. Change your
Yeah.
comedy bio. Send it to a club. Andrew, like no
Spiritual,
credits.
not religious. Yeah.
No
Just
credits at all.
spiritual.
Not religious. Andrew Overdahl.
Amazing.
You send me your headshot and bio. It's a normal comedy headshot, and the bio is spiritual, not religious.
That's it.
That's the only words it says.
Yeah.
Is so fucking funny. This next comic coming to the stage, he's spiritual but not religious. Everybody, give it up.
And then I do zero material, anything about that.
anything about spirituality. That's so good. Yeah. But you should be wearing a crystal for real though. Well, I'm glad to see you
It was a
both.
fun party. It was a
Yeah.
fun party.
I actually had
a
a bet that I lost with Harlan, the host of the party, that you would
That
not.
was a different party, but yeah.
Oh, you went to 2 parties this
Two
weekend?
parties
what the
and
fuck?
2
Adam,
consecutive
Andrew
nights.
went to 2 parties.
Okay, hold on. Stop the car. Are you okay? Are you
What happened,
exhausted?
bud?
You must be so tired, Andrew.
What
Are you
happened,
all right?
Andrew?
No, I'm fine because I left
you
these.
leave
I left these
something?
parties at like 8 p.m. I'm fine.
Oh, okay. Thank God. All right. Well, that's
How's your
good.
small talk these days?
Considering I can't hear anything, pretty terrible.
And that's why I bring that up, because a lot of listeners on the pod have been writing in to say exactly that. They're saying Andrew's small talk is sort of hurting the pod. So we're proud that you went to 2 parties to sort of beef it up a little bit.
Butch it up, yeah. Well, that's not what I wanted to talk to you all about. I actually have a serious problem that I have told you all. Maybe
Besides
one of the
small
biggest.
talk being like
Yeah,
horrible.
this actually trumps the small talk by a large margin.
Okay.
Disagree.
And this problem, maybe it's up there. This is one of the shittier problems I've had in a very, very long time that I needed my 2 compadres help with. I somehow I have bed bugs in my house.
Okay, I'm out.
Bed bugs.
You're talking to us. You're talking to us right now, even on Zoom. On you are negligent. You are exposing Adam and I.
Gonna come through the cord,
They're
through my
gonna get through
microphone.
the
I'm gonna have a
and in-
mouthful of fucking bed bugs.
I was just going to say they're going to get in my mouth.
I'll
That-
tell you
they're
what.
gonna-
If
They're my ears from the headphones. They're on my laptop. I have to burn
if
this
you
laptop.
had them, you would think that could possibly happen.
Oh my God, Andrew, you have bed bugs right now.
I have bed bugs. Yeah, last week I
This
woke
is not
up
New York City.
covered it. Yeah, but that's the myth. People think New York is the worst place. Denver's also terrible, lousy with bed
Look at my lip.
bugs. Yeah,
quivering.
Ben's quivering.
It's
Ben's
lousy.
got a quivering
it's
lip.
lousy with bed
It's
bugs.
lousy
And
with
if you had
bed bugs.
any sort of small talk game, you would have said that and delighted the party.
I've never been
Oh my
one for
God.
puns, but I woke up last week with all these bites all over my abdomen, and I was like, "Wow!" I was like, "Wow!"
I don't like this one.
I don't like this either.
Wow!
I don't like
That's-
this episode. I don't
it's
like
the
this
worst.
episode. So wait, okay.
Bites all over my body, and I was like, "Wow, that mosquito really got me!" And then I was like, "Wait, how did that mosquito sneak into my bed? Because they got me while I was sleeping." And then I found this tiny bug on my carpet. I saw it, and I took a zoomed in picture of it because I was like, no. There was some primal scream in the back of my mind that was like, oh no. And Ben's gagging. Oh man, if I could make Ben narf on the pod, huge win for me.
Narf
I
is-
zoom
Narf
in.
is fantastic.
Narf is so good. That may be the only good thing that comes out of this.
Yeah,
Is the term
100%
narf.
narf.
I'm into it. Fucking-
Motion to use narf for vomit here forth.
seconded.
GNARF, and I zoom in. It's absolutely a bed bug. I checked online,
Oh,
and
God.
yeah, the fucking worst. I have no idea how they got into my house. They could have been, from what there's a lot of options. It could have been I brought them back from Japan.
That was
which
my
seems
first thought. Are these some
very
sort of
unlikely.
invasive species Asian bed
I mean,
bug?
they're all over. They're all over the place. I know, Adam, you want a racist angle on this, but I don't think
It's
they're
not-
Asian bed
It's
bugs.
always some sort of like Asian insect or something that's the
They've
invasive.
got the same
No, it's
bed bugs
racist,
we
Adam.
have.
We can say what you just said.
You
is
know
racist.
it is. It's like the Japanese beetles that are in the back of the gardens. That's one.
Adam, they're just called beetles.
That's
They're
not
just
true.
Stop.
That's not true. This is not racist.
It's just
There's an
very
Asian
racist.
I know, they
There's
are.
an Asian
And in
carpets
fact,
of invasive species.
Yeah, but that's because people brought those here for either food or for pets.
This has
is an
nothing to do with
insect.
race. There is a history of insects and fish being labeled as Asian for whatever reason that are invasive. That is true.
for racist reasons.
No, it's not.
There's
It's
not.
where
I mean,
they-
it's
it's
not
where
for
they come
whatever
from.
reason.
It's like a different side of the country or the planet, so it is invasive when it gets to the crops and the plants
And are you
on this
saying,
side of the
Adam?
planet.
Are you
I'm
saying perhaps
saying it
they
makes
should go
sense.
back to where they came
I'm
from? Is that
saying
what
the
you're
topography,
saying?
the plant life is different. If an insect from America got over into Asia, it would be viewed as invasive as well. That's all. I'm
Well, this
saying.
No,
is-
it would be an expat. Oh, this expat bug is over here.
Andrew, besides making me want to narf, what is the point of you bringing this terrible atrocity?
Yeah.
Mainly to make you both uncomfortable, but
Wait, what's your other theory about where you got it? If it's not from Japan, you said there's lots of places. to get it
So I could have brought them back from Japan.
You didn't bring them from Japan.
The
Stop it.
the friend who dog sat for me while I was in Japan could have brought them over. They could have already been in the house and been dormant because they can shut down for over a year with no food and nothing to drink. They just go into like stasis mode and then they wake up and heat wakes them up. We had that heat wave, so they could have already been lurking in the house and the heat kind of activated them.
Ben's gonna narf,
Ben's-
dude. He's gonna narf.
He's gonna
3, 2, 1,
narf
dude.
like a horse. Yeah. I got Ben full horsing over here.
I do not like
So-
this.
So
Compadre
Or-
do not like at all.
it-
Compadre uno do not. I'll be compadre dos. I don't care. I
Compadre
don't like
no
this.
mas.
No mas. Says uno compadre.
Dude,
They can also
Compadre
just
no
like
mas. What a sad book. It's Compadre, comma no mas. It's a novella I wrote about my time in Mexico. It's 90 pages. Compadre no mas.
they
I like it. Andrew doesn't. I'm
they
into it.
can no. I'm thinking about the bed bugs. It's hard
Oh,
to
I know.
enjoy
Boner
it.
killer, bud.
Like yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were going to be like have something cool. Like, how do I get this
No.
450 big block into this Toyota Tercel I just bought?
Yeah,
And I was
that's-
going to be like, fuck yeah, I'd
guys,
love to
come on
reason-
over.
3 dudes who have no idea about engines. Let's
Putting a
put an
huge engine into
car
a
with no-
Tercel.
But instead, you just come over to tell us you've got fucking crabs. You've got rug crabs. Is
Wait,
what you've got.
in the
The
riff
bed
where
bugs-
we're doing the engine and we don't know anything, I've got my shirt off and I've got one of those mirrors to tan like my under my neck and
Oh.
stuff, and I'm holding that
Yeah.
while you guys are working
like
on the
it.
engine. I'm doing like a professional tan like that.
I
You're
like
just
it. I like
jerkying
it.
your fucking neck waddle, dude.
Yeah, totally.
getting it.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, I like it.
And heat kills bed bugs, so I'm doing it too, but I'm shining it all over my whole body. I'm just cooking my body.
Hell
All right,
yeah,
Andrew.
dude.
Sorry, we're on Riff City
But
because we're
wait,
so
no.
disgusted.
What
Anyway.
guys? Stop it! You get to say what you're doing at this fake thing where you were dropping the 450 big block into the Tercel.
You're
I
right,
don't-
you're
All
right.
Wait. So
You're right.
if we're staying there for a while, I should add jean shorts that I made myself by cutting jeans into shorts. No
Yeah.
shoes, shirtless, tanning my holding
And
that
I'm
mirror that
nude.
tans the
I'm
underside of my neck.
totally nude because I can't trust my clothes anymore
Okay.
because everything feels like it's crawling on me. Ben,
Yeah,
Ken?
I'm learning to play the acoustic guitar.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
off in the corner. I'm trying to tune it by ear, but I can't. And I don't know why. And you know what I think it is I think it's that your music, your David Allen Coe, Adam, is getting. I'm hearing that, and it's making it
Fucking with
difficult.
your natural meter.
Yeah, and I can't hear it, and I'm
Okay.
just cranking Banquet Tall Boys too. I want to be drinking in this fantasy again.
Okay, good. So
Anyway.
the picture for that riff is complete, and we can return to
We
the
can
bed.
Thank
move
you,
on.
thank
This is
you.
why we have to
Well-
sound the earnestness horn sometimes
Oh.
because you have to finish a riff.
Yeah,
once
but
yeah.
it
what a
started.
fun detour!
Yeah.
Just a detour.
Detour.
Anybody wants to make some fan art out there? There you go.
There you
Detour.
go. In detour. The last way that the bedbugs could have gotten in is simply by hitchhiking on me or one of my dogs out in the world. They love to grab on to a passerby and
Oh,
find their
God.
way into your house that way.
I
So
wanna
they
stay
could
at
have been that way.
Barbecue where we were really living, and you were tanning. I want to be there. I'm going to
Me
use that as
too,
my
buddy.
spot to retreat to.
Oh,
during-
There
yeah,
you go.
in
Now
your
you have a
brain.
safe.
Yeah,
now you have a
Happy
safe place.
Yeah.
Yes.
totally,
So-
totally.
That's it. Thank you, Adam. I'm
Yeah.
going to use that as my spot
Perfect.
to retreat to when
Perfect.
things get tough. This
Just
episode.
humming those guitar notes.
So, Andrew, what is it you want from us other than the promise we'll never go to your house again, which you have? You have it from me and you have it from Ben.
I want you guys to hunt me like small game and kill me
Oh.
somewhere outside of my house.
Thank
You can be as
God.
creative as you want.
Surviving the
Okay.
game.
Yeah.
Great
Just
movie.
As long as I'm absolutely dead, challenge accomplished.
I think art
No.
is going to imitate life or vice versa, as I'm going to shoot you down with a bow and arrow from a parapet in very real life, like I have in Rift City.
Wow.
As it has been
Yeah,
in
there's
Rift
a couple
City.
of there's a couple of really old churches near South Broadway. I bet you could climb up on the tower and just Robin
Just
Hood me
wait.
right in the fucking ear.
That's what I'm thinking, but I will think more on this subject.
I like when he
Ben, how are
thinks-
you gonna kill me out in the world?
Me? Well, I'm going to set out like cans of tuna fish with glass in it.
Oh, I love that street tuna.
You don't ever say street tuna again, dude. That's truly problematic. And you can't say that on this.
I could say it because I eat it. Okay.
You can't say street tuna. Oh,
I
man.
can say it because I ate it. So, what do you want from us? What do you want from us, pal?
Here's what I want. I want something specific. I want your help getting rid of them. But seriously. So what I am trying to find out is who has to take care of these, because as longtime listeners, and both of you know, I sold my house. I now rent a house. I have a landlord, and I want to know who's on the hook for these bed bugs, because they absolutely have to be treated. And I have already looked into this, and I can't get a definitive answer.
Yeah.
And my landlord, and when I texted my landlord, he said, "This is your problem."
Ooh,
And
okay.
I will paraphrase.
Yeah.
But
I'm
the
into
internet,
this.
the internet is suggesting it might not be my problem. So we're going to rally our brains together, and we're going to get the definitive answer of whose problem these bed bugs are.
You've come
so that's what we're going
to the right
dig into in
place.
Act 2.
You have come
Yeah,
to the right
I figure
place.
you've got lawyer relatives, Ben.
And-
You've been arrested multiple times. Between the two of you, you have legal
A
experience.
familiarity with the legal system, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Show us the body.
Yeah.
Follow the money.
So
That's the two of us. Those are Adam and I's catchphrases. Those
I
are
like
two.
it.
Those are two
Show us the
mottos
body
that
and follow
Adam always says,
the
"Follow
money."
the money," and I say, "Show me the body." And that's the two things.
show
that-
me the body. What a perfect way to get out of a crime. Oh yeah? Show me the body.
Show me the body.
And Adam says, "Follow the money."
Follow the
And
money.
that's how. Whenever a
Amazing.
cop asks us a question, that's the first thing that Adam and
You have any idea how fast you were driving back there? Follow the money, officer, and you'll find
Show me
out.
the body.
Follow
Show
the
me the body.
money.
With the two of us in a car getting pulled over, that's all we keep repeating to a
Amazing.
cop.
Show us the body. You're getting so
All
much
right,
more
well-
trouble. So we're going to take a break. Let's take a little ad break. In the meantime, visit our Patreon page, patreon.com/GrawlixSaves. There'll be a link in the show notes. We just dropped a new Boy Crazy, our
Holy
secret
shit.
pod within a pod. It's Christmas in July. We rate the hunkiest Chris. It's very, very funny. So check that out if you haven't. And there's a whole bunch of other bonuses on there. And we'll be back shortly with some answers on this bed bugs bullshit.
Stay tuned.
Allstate wants to remind fans that mayhem is everywhere. Like when your fantasy league meets up at your house. Everything's great until the hot plate gets too hot for the tablecloth. Now your kitchen's up in smoke. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, the cost to fix this is anything but a fantasy. So switch to Allstate, save money, and get protected from mayhem like this. Not available in every state based on coverage selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
This episode is brought to you by ServiceNow, the AI platform for business transformation. AI is only as powerful as the platform it's built into. Enter ServiceNow. It puts AI to work for people, for employees, for developers, and even your customers, removing frustration and supercharging productivity. On our intelligent platform, AI isn't just a promise. It's happening today. That's why the world works with ServiceNow. To learn more, visit servicenow.com/AI for people.
Show up and run the vibe with Bose SoundLink Max Portable Speaker. Big stereo sound and deep bass gives people the music they can feel. Whether you're at a chill hang or an all-out bash, when you drop your playlist, the party is on. Bose SoundLink Max Speaker. Start the party at bose.com/Spotify speaker.
You know why I pulled you over back there?
Follow the money.
Show me the body, bro. What a spot on sketch. And that's how we got a TV show.
That is how we got a TV show. We did that exact sketch in the pitch, and True TV said, "Get him before somebody else does." And the rest.
I like
is-
when you get set on your heels. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And then
love
the
that.
rest is just Emmy history. It's just the history of the Emmys that will tell that story.
Well, we are back. If you missed the first act, Andrew is gross.
Andrew's gross.
And
I'm not. That is part of what we have.
Yeah.
I did nothing to bring these in. It's not like I made a
You've got
nest
pillow
of my own
crabs, and
filth.
everybody knows it now. And you've told
Wait a
the
minute.
entire world.
Wait a minute. Have you ever had bed bugs, Ben?
Okay, well, first of all, let's recap.
Whoa!
We're just going to recap. Andrew, in the first act, confided in us.
I think. Back up. I think Adam just had an important question.
Yeah, well, I'm going to get to it.
Don't say you can't say show me the body as you can't say show
me the body. Habeas corpus. No, I'm recapping. If you missed
Ben,
the first,
thanks. Recap. Hurry the fuck up.
If you missed the first act, Andrew told us he has bed bugs, and he confronted his landlord about this. And his landlord says that he is on the hook, so he has asked and tasked us with doing a little research to see if that is the case, if he has any recourse. The question then was posed as to whether or not I have had bed bugs myself.
Holy shit.
And the answer is, holy fuck, yes. I have had them.
I knew it.
And they are the worst that was one of the worst experiences.
When did you have them?
2003, back when it was cool to have them.
Yeah, an early adopter. You've
I got
been
in early when it was
a hipster in the blood-eating insect scene.
They eat your blood?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what those bites are.
They do.
They eat blood.
But very rarely, they do not. They are not known to. They're not known to spread any kind of illness. That's the weird thing
any
about
silver
bed bugs.
lining.
Yes. The other thing is, as Andrew pointed out in the first act, it is not in any way related to hygiene. And I'm only bringing this up now because I have had them. So I want to
You were
make
shitting on Andrew, but now
you literally made fun of me, and then you have now.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But now that I
guess that is how comedy works. I'll allow it.
Yeah. Until exposed, pretend that one is better. Understood.
Yes, exactly.
But Ben is correct. That first day you wake up and realize you have bed bugs, you have never felt dirtier or trashier in your fucking life. It just happens.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Crystal
what is my
and
life
I were,
become?
it was before Milo was born. Crystal and I lived in a very, we lived right downtown Denver at Colfax and Logan. And people who know Denver,
and you worked at that liquor store right there too.
It's right by the Capitol, heart of Denver.
There has been a theory for a long time that part of the reason why bed bugs exploded in the last 20 years is because
from that building.
From my apartment. No, part of the reason is the outlaw or restriction of DEET, which was used as a large portion of pest control as a pesticide, but was found to cause cancer and lymphoma.
Also, took out ospreys and bald eagles to a near extinction level, my man.
Exactly.
And so if it's
look at our
choice
Adam
between
sat
ospreys and bald eagles and you two trash people having bed bugs, I wonder which side I come down on.
Anyone can get them. The exterminator told me you can get them from a 5-star hotel.
Oh,
Adam, think about that.
Did the exterminator look like the kind of guy that has stayed at the Brown Palace?
And I know that for a fact because I was eating trash out of the dumpster behind the Ritz-Carlton, and I could sense them.
No, here's what happened with us. It was bad. So
how did you get them? They just
we don't know. So one thing that I did learn throughout this process that that birds that they do at times occupy birds' nests, and particularly pigeons, they will occupy. So,
and I remember you were running that whole messenger pigeon racket.
Tyson
back
and
then.
I. That's the only way Mike Tyson and I communicate on a regular basis.
Listeners need to remember,
pigeon pals.
social media was not the powerhouse that it is today back then. So if you wanted to get a quick idea out, you sort of had to send it.
You sent one of Ben's pigeons.
Yeah. No. So Crystal started getting bit. I was not getting bit. I didn't, she started getting these little welts all over her. She went to a dermatologist and a doctor. They didn't know. And
so
one night
up.
we were in bed and she was itching really bad and the lights were out. And she was like, my legs are itching so bad. And so I flipped on the light real quick and I threw back the covers and there was one little bed bug on the sheet. And I go, what is this? And I picked it up and I looked at it. And she was like, weird. What is that? We didn't know what it was. And then I lifted up the mattress.
No.
Hundreds
Oh
of them
my
scattered
God.
across between the mattress and the box spring. Hundreds. Like it looked like
So many people just turn this podcast off. That's so disgusting.
That is a nightmare.
the scream that came out of my wife, was like, ah! And I was like, holy fuck. We didn't know what they were. And then we found out they were bed bugs. They were in the couch. They were in everything. And our landlord tried to do a spot
Fumigation?
Yeah, spot fumigation. So they tried to just come in and just spray our apartment. And this was a huge building. And that's because it's cheaper to do that. But that doesn't solve the problem. They live everywhere in the fucking building. So we got it a second time. It was terrible.
They did the whole building?
No, they only did our apartment. They were like, no one else has complained. But then we talked to other tenants and they did. And then it ended up becoming an issue where all the tenants had a class action issue with the landlord.
So wait, so now
about
this is where we can help Andrew. You say class action
Exactly.
issue. Did you have a lawyer with you, or you were just
we
like
spoke to a tenant lawyer, like to a lawyer who works with tenants' rights. And we found this out. So, Andrew, I do know some of this, but I'll let Adam talk about his non-experiences with bed bugs because he grew up a lot more well-to-do than we are, and he
just knew how to
have
clean.
it.
Just knew how to clean properly.
Adam, I already told
got
you it's not a
nothing to
hygiene
do with
issue.
it.
You trashy
Just knew how
bitch!
to wash your
I
sheets.
fucking hate you. No, I hate you. Okay, Adam.
Of the
have you
three
ever-
of us, one of us has never had bed bugs, and one of us has a college degree. Can we guess which
Man,
one
would
that
you
might
bed
be?
bugs? Because I'm going to come over to your house and pour them through your
mail
laundry.
slot? Just go right
Yeah.
through the mail slot.
We don't have a
You
mail
just
slot.
got to get one of those fuckers
Mail
in
slots
there.
are how
and-
you get bed bugs.
I just imagine you out on your porch spraying every piece of mail with
Yeah,
deep.
totally.
Oh
Like
my
day 3
God.
of the fucking pandemic, just wiping
No,
your mail down.
I learned a lot about them. I did a lot of research because I was like, how the frig did we get? We still have no clue. We think the same thing. They were laying dormant in the carpet or some part of the apartment of the building. And when we moved in, it just found a new place. And we learned too that it tended to bother Crystal because she shaved her legs and I had leg hair. And so that ended her shaving her legs for
Well, I'll tell you
quite some
whose leg
time.
hair they don't care about, mine, because they also bite my fucking legs.
Well, you're the option. That's why. If they chose
Yeah.
between her smooth legs and my hairy legs, I think they went after her smooth legs. But that ended shaving for a little while. And I want to thank Bedbugs personally for that one.
Andrew, there you go. Have you thought about just getting a disembodied pair of shaved legs for your bed?
And in the creepiest statement on this podcast.
right?
yeah.
No, but I did, since they eat blood, I've had the craziest thoughts and I found the craziest solutions on the internet. I thought, if they eat blood, what if I just go get like a raw steak at the market and I'll put it on a plate. I'll put it on a plate on my floor at night.
Sure,
They'll leave
and
me
then you've got
alone.
roaches now.
They'll go eat.
And ants.
That's the
love
kind of
this.
insane thing. And then I was like, I found online someone apparently Diatomaceous earth kills them. It's this very fine powder. It scratches insects' exoskeletons and they dehydrate from the inside out. I've used it before to keep bugs away at my old house. And this person online was like, pour the Diatomaceous earth all over the top of your bed and then lay in it and sleep in it. And the bugs will come up to feast on you and they'll get, I'm like, I'm just going to lay there in a bed covered in this fucking powder? Crazy.
Wow. Yeah, I mean,
And then I was like, what if I could somehow ingest a poison like bleach or something to a level where it doesn't kill me, but my blood becomes poisonous? And then I can let them eat on me all they want, but it'll kill them. They'll
Yeah.
be the blood itself. This is the kind of insanity that trickles into your head.
I don't know. I think that's pretty linear thinking, and I like it.
Yeah. And what a fun eulogy for one of us to have to take on.
Yeah.
We went crazy for like a month trying to get rid of these. You have to wash everything repeatedly. Everything you own, we had to throw out all of our furniture. It was
it's the heat that kills them, not washing it. So you put stuff in the dryer. That's what kills them.
It was fucked up. And then once we got rid of them, a little trick we learned was to take Vaseline and put it on the bottoms of your bedpost.
That was on the internet. That was on the internet
because they can't climb the bedpost at that point.
They
get
down
stuck
there.
in them. No, Andrew,
but
it's just childish.
Very significantly.
When you bring everything to a sexual place, it's just childish. I don't know where they came from. They could have came from anywhere, any part. I guess I didn't get as wrapped up in that, but I sympathize. Adam, have you ever dealt with bed bugs?
He clearly hasn't from his lofty perch.
But I will say, I'm it's easy territory. Anybody can get an infestation of bugs. We have like every summer, there'll be like a day or two where there's just like, it's much more like a week where there's like so many fucking flies all around my house, like in the window wells.
It's that body in the garage. You got to get rid of it.
I've called exterminators. I've done all sorts of things, and it just like goes away. It's a couple of days right at the hottest of every summer. Get flies all over my fucking house.
Yeah, that happens in every. I've always had that. It is. Also
you know what I would do?
It's a pair of disembodied shaved legs.
Yeah.
You have.
Well, how else am I going to keep?
They bring the flies out. I would take
flies or bed bugs, and I choose flies.
I would take 1 billion flies in my house over bed bugs.
No question.
I would. No problem.
And that's scary because flies are fucking gross. Like actually far worse.
Dude, it just happened during that 3-day spell of 100 days in a row. I was walking around with a vacuum cleaner, sucking them up with the little hose attachment all day long, like a crazy.
I want to tell you a freaky. This will lose people, I'm sure. But Adam mentioned I worked at Denver Drug and Liquor, which is a very notorious liquor store. It was directly across the street. And what I learned when we got bed bugs
it's right out of Central Casting. If you're thinking of like inner city liquor store.
Imagine the worst liquor store in your city. Ben was there working.
It was awesome. I managed it. It was great. It was the best job I've ever had in my life. And be over those who can't. It was so fucking fun.
I believe that.
And so there was a woman that used to come in to the store. She was she must have been homeless. It was a very sad situation. She was always cloaked in all black. Didn't matter what time of year, middle of the summer, it would just like these black like jackets or like a raincoat, and I could never see her face legitimately. And she always had music emanating from somewhere on her body. It was like she had a radio or a speaker hanging from somewhere inside a purse or something. And one time she came up, she wouldn't talk, she would mumble, but we knew what she wanted. She would get a pack of cigarettes, and I got her cigarettes. And when I set them down, she set her money down, and bed bugs came with the money. She set them and they started crawling across.
Oh my God.
She was covered in them. And they were all over this area of Capitol Hill because it was just it was an infestation. They couldn't get it. There had been stuff in the paper about it. That's why I'm saying
they breed super prolifically. You can't see the eggs. So
when it happened to me, I was a victim of a larger problem that was happening in that area, whereas Andrew is just dirty.
Okay.
And
Shut up.
Okay.
Stop.
I'm willing to accept this.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm trying to get across.
Oh my God!
So,
Yeah, that's.
I was a victim.
That reminds me of the exterminator in Men in Black when he becomes all made of bugs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't sleep. I've been sleeping like shit. I'm always like, oh my God, something's on me, and there's like nothing on me. It's damaging.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the worst. I've had I don't know if you guys remember, I had rats get in my house, my old house. That was really bad. I still have a little trace PTSD from the rats getting into my house. But I think the bed bugs are worse because they're creepier. The rats left me alone. They just happened to get into my house.
I've had mice before, and like you'll see
had
little
mice,
mouse poop
but-
on the stove, and you're like, it's so disgusting. And then you have to get
Mice are gross. Rats are insane. Having rats in your house is like, I don't.
Even worse, though, squirrels. I'll tell you that right now. Squirrel will
Really?
get in and
I don't
fuck
know.
everything up. I had a squirrel chew through all the blades on a bathroom fan.
Yeah, the rats chewed all the knobs off my fucking washing machine.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
They chew through plastic. They chew
Yeah,
through
yeah.
wood. They're so destructive.
Amazing.
Anyway, but these bed bugs,
we
they
need to trigger warning this
they
episode.
live within
I know.
They live within 5 feet of your bed, and the exterminator told me a lot of times they're up by the head of your bed because they love the carbon dioxide you exhale. So at night they will come out and they are just like congregating around your breath while the others are like feeding on you. Can you
Sometimes
fucking imagine?
exterminators tell you too much. You're just like, just get rid of it.
Yeah.
I don't need
I mean, I
to
guarantee
get in the
this is
fucking
part of
muck
the
with
training.
you.
They're like paint the worst picture possible. But
So
yeah,
like
this
no
is-
one wants to hear it. They go home. No, their wives or partners don't want to listen to this shit, so
Exactly.
they dump it on you. Well,
So
yeah,
this is the problem. And so what I've tasked us with is determining who's on the hook
who
for it. It
needs
does
to-
sound like Ben has great experience, and I'm curious to see what Adam has uncovered as
yeah,
well.
I'm curious to hear what Adam. I'm going to go first. I'm going to tell you, but only because mine comes with a caveat.
And yours happened a long time ago, so
Mine
I'm curious
happened a
how
long
it
time
was
ago.
in 2003.
What I learned also was a multi-dwelling unit, and we should also explain that Andrew is renting a home.
Mm-hmm.
So the rules, I'm afraid, could be different because when you're in a multi-dwelling unit, it's very difficult to prove that I am not the victim of another person's issue. So
Sure.
it's very hard to discover and to learn whether or not. So what we learned is in a multi-dwelling, because of that, the landlord is responsible, but they are only responsible at first to fumigate your place unless other people report it. At which point, then they have to do the whole building, which is a big process because they do actually have to put us up because it is not our fault. They had to put us up. They had to pay for us to be outside of the place while they're fumigating it, which they did. And so that was what I learned from that lawyer. But I will say the rules were, that was a long time ago for one, and two, that was for a multi-dwelling unit. So that is what I know from it. And Andrew, I would be willing to bet that your landlord is on the hook, but I can't say. I'm curious what Adam figured out because I wanted to leave some of it as well for Adam to discover as well. So
Sure.
that was what I
yeah,
researched.
Absolutely. So it would have been very easy for me to call my father or my sister, who are both attorneys, and see what they thought. And they would probably have appointed me to someone who knows exactly what they're doing. But I said, no need. I already know someone who knows exactly what they're doing. This is a consumer issue. And when you have a consumer issue, you call in consumer rights advocate Tom Martino. Now,
Oh
a
my
lot of
God.
people-
Wait. Explain Tom
Wait,
Martino.
we
You
have
did
listeners
not.
in Finland, listeners in Australia.
And a lot of people do not know this, but Denver, Colorado is blessed with a 5'4" penis named Tom Martino, who operates under the name The Troubleshooter. And he represents himself as a consumer advocate. And he has a radio show, and you call in and you say, Tom, I'm getting screwed this way. And then Tom goes after that person and gets you
but
justice.
sometimes not. Sometimes
not
you
at
fuck
all.
up, and it's
also,
on you.
if
And
you
Tom
pay-
will
if you pay
Tom will
Tom
roast
money-
you on the fucking radio.
And if you pay
Yeah.
Tom money as a business, guess what? He'll say you're a good business. He's a spineless hack piece of shit.
He's got a list.
who
There's
is
like a name for
haunted.
his list.
Oh yeah, he's got every type of list.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he's not coming on the show right now.
No, Tom
Just by
Martino
the
is
way-
such a fucking joke, and it kills me. And he and I have interacted in the past several times. I filmed a funny video because when I was writing for a newspaper, one of our writers went after Tom Martino and exposed him as kind of being a fake in any myriad of ways. And Tom Martino went off and was like, this writer at this newspaper is going after me. And he, some reason, got the wrong picture. And so he made a video and put my picture up there.
That's right. He called out the writer, but it was your photograph.
Right. And
but
so he
not
like
your
somehow,
name. I remember
exactly.
that.
And so I made a corresponding video pointing out his idiocy. Anyway, Tom Martino is fucking hilarious and is a clown. And he's here to help people like Andrew. Here's some of his lists. If he doesn't like you, he has a list of people. It's called the Sleaze Brigade. So it's my sincere hope that Grolix Saves the World winds up on the Sleaze Brigade.
The
after
Sleaze
this.
Brigade.
So listen,
he has the most irritating radio voice. He sounds eternally pissed, like all the time.
I didn't like that. And so that's when I decided it was time for some justice. It's just like very stupid.
It's awesome. And then he bombards them with a camera.
He's been operating in Denver since I was a kid. I remember driving around with my mom listening to his radio show. I
remember thinking like, wow, this guy's like Batman for people who got fucked over by a mulch company.
Consumer advocate Tom Martino is here for situations like this.
So our listeners, imagine kind of Geraldo Rivera, but more diminutive is kind of the look.
Exactly. Well, nailed it. Like a sadder, smaller Geraldo Rivera on a local level. So he knows who I am because I've fucked with him hard. We got to post that video. I assume if he wasn't going to just come to me. So I emailed him and I Instagrammed him and I tweeted at him on Andrew's behalf.
Oh my God! What?
Here's what I direct message Tom Martino on Instagram. Tom, my buddy Andrew Orvidal has bed bugs and his landlord won't pay for it.
You used my last name?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're
on the Martino's radar now.
And his landlord won't pay for it. Don't landlords have to pay for it? Andrew is kind of a celebrity, and I'm sure probably wouldn't mind becoming the face of bed bugs should the two of you agree to seek sweet, sweet justice together. Can you help him out? His sitch is totally effed, my man. Effed right in the B. Sincerely, Adam Caton.
Adam, you're
right
a fucking genius. You went to the fucking troubleshooter.
I love it.
Dog. So he hasn't responded.
God damn it!
But I'm optimistic because I hit him up on several platforms.
Effed right
that
in
he's
the
gonna get
B.
to the bottom of it. So you know that's as good as a guarantee. You can just tell your fucking landlord Martino's on the case. He'll pay. He'll pay.
That probably would.
So Adam just went to the troubleshooter. I'm telling you, I think they're on the hook. Adam went to the troubleshooter, a guy who he has lots of troubled past with.
A guy who is trolled.
Truly corrupt, and if my landlord paid him money, he would be exempt and on some kind of what was the name for Tom Martino's list of businesses? I don't remember.
Sleaze Brigade, dude.
No, he's got like a list of good businesses.
Oh, well,
and then you find out you can just pay your
list.
way onto it. Yeah, that must be what it is. But anyway, well, thank you both. That is interesting.
Oh, wait, I have to tell people on Tom Martino's website, he says he's a consumer advocate, talk show host, journalist, consultant, and a hedge fund. He himself is just a hedge fund somehow.
Oh,
what?
Okay.
What?
Yeah. So like I said, Andrew, problem solved. Buy a new
I think he
mattress on
misspelled
Tom.
hedgehog. I think it was an autocorrect. That guy sucks. So
Tom Martino, hedgehog.
I'll be a bristly hedgehog for you.
I'll curl up in a little ball if things get too serious.
I'm kind of spiky, but not as spiky as a porcupine.
All right.
Well, I appreciate your efforts and experience, Ben. I didn't know that about you. You're very candid about many things in your past, but this bed bugs, I didn't. Or if you told me, I didn't remember. But
so many layers for bugs to bite into.
I really am an infestation onion.
You are
peel back.
Oh, there's another one. There's another one.
Yeah,
I had roaches. All right, go ahead.
So I also looked into this because I didn't want to just foist the responsibility off on
Good,
you two.
Because I DM'd a creep and Ben's like, this happened 15 years
This
ago.
happened, and this is what I learned from it.
Smart of you
So
to take some initiative.
I did more digging, and I'm proud to declare I found a law right here in Colorado on our own government's website. Colorado HB 19-1328.
HB.
Landlord.
Shout out.
HB, a handbanger? Boom. You know what I mean? Like an ice pick into a block. Okay, anyway, of ice.
I was on the edge of my seat. Where's that ice pick going?
What are you sculpting like an ice sculpture? What is
You know what I mean? No,
He's
never mind.
speed
No.
hand banging. It's the gestured
Oh.
speed hand banging. He's getting 20 in a row.
Yeah.
Anyway, get this tattooed on you if you rent HB 19-1328 landlord and tenant duties regarding bed bugs.
Whoa.
I'll summarize it. Your landlord has to take care of both the inspection and the treatment of the bed bugs, and they have 96 hours to do it after
Whoa.
you notify them. This bill just passed, though, in 2019. So this wasn't even a thing when Ben had them. This is relatively new.
Wow, good.
And a lot of people don't know
yeah.
this. It's definitely something because I have an acquaintance who's also a landlord, and I asked her, I was like, do landlords have to pay? And she's like, no, I don't think so. And so when I found this out, I was like, oh, actually, just so you know, you do. So if you rent out there, just know in Colorado, your landlord has to take care of the inspection and the treatment. And here's how fucked up bed bugs are. When I have told friends and family members this, they said, oh, your poor landlord. That's how fucked up bed bugs can be, that you can hear the two words strung together, poor landlord.
Yeah.
A term you've never heard before in your fucking life. Oh, your poor
Well, that's
landlord.
so funny because after Compadre No Mas, I wrote a book called Poor Landlord.
Poor
Oh, my
landlord.
God, yes. Well, it was a chapter initially.
But
in
that's,
the
you own,
Compadre No Mas.
you own the house.
And I found the voice.
The poor
You own the
landlord.
house. You got to
But I
take
am
care of
just-
the terrible
but
shit
a
that
poor
happens.
landlord, a poor building owner. I've got only 80 tenants.
Plagued
Poor-
by bed bugs.
Poor landlord making a profit over other people needing a place to live.
But who's-
I hope everything works out for them.
But who shall I bilk now?
The scene where the landlord's singing from the rooftops of his empty apartment building is just people said that brought them to tears. Andrew,
that's an American story.
It is. Andrew, so did you hit up your landlord with this HB stuff?
I did, and to say he was dismayed is perhaps.
Ooh, what did he say?
underselling
Do
it.
tell. Does he
It was
listen
a
to the
text.
podcast? Number
It was
one.
a text conversation. I don't know if he listens to it or not, but I would be very surprised. But he did not respond to the text for some time. He's usually pretty prompt. I think he was doing his own legal weaseling. He was also emailing Tom Martino. Like, what the fuck?
And Tom Martino's going to come up on his side for
Yeah,
sure.
But-
he's very pro landlord.
This law is on our government's website. It's not like I pulled this off of Reddit
And
or
it's
something.
not
You can go.
multi-unit, single unit. It's everything.
It's everything. It's landlord and tenant duties. I think there's like extenuating circumstances. Like if it comes out that the person is like a hoarder or something, there might be like some extenuating details. But in general,
So you threw away your stacks of newspapers.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, the whole collection, man. Which really
It's hard for you to
hurt
part
because
with.
I had some
Yeah.
stuff from the '60s
Yeah.
in there. Yeah,
You had the
for
moon
you.
landing.
yeah.
You had the moon landing. We did it. You know, and you're not going to replace that.
That's so weird. When I was a kid in elementary school, my friend's mom hoarded newspapers. She had stacks and stacks, like a fucking maze in their basement and in like the second level of their house. And I remember being a little kid and thinking it was the most normal thing in the world. We were just playing those stacks of
Yeah.
newspapers. We had a great time. And looking back, I'm like, holy shit!
I grew
That
up
was a
around
real
Mental illness.
I grew up
Yeah.
around a kid whose parents were like full-fledged hoarders, ceiling to floor, like collections of stuff. And when I was a kid, my mom would be like, I don't want you going in that house. Like, and I remember being like, why? I don't care. I thought it was the coolest house. There was just all kinds of, it was like exploring, you know? And
I never went to a hoarder's house, and I never had bed bugs. There's a lot going on in this episode.
We're really figuring
some things out.
The ways you can stay bed bug free.
First, I was against you, Adam, that it's hygiene related, but now you've really convinced me that I'm gross and that I grew up gross.
I know you do. I feel so gross when
you
have
are gross.
Bed bugs. I'm not gross.
You did.
I
They
do
were
my
in
laundry.
your foreskin.
I bathe.
They lived in your foreskin.
I don't. Well, that shows how much you know about me, Ben, because I don't have one for them to hide in.
Oh, dunk.
What?
Yeah, dude. What a twist. I ripped my pants off. Look.
No turtleneck on the Pope.
This has been an incredible
What
episode.
a gross image, though, Ben. God.
Andrew.
Can we kill Ben's mic? So,
way to advocate for yourself. Way to go.
Exactly. And maybe that's the true takeaway of this episode. Sure, you can ask your friends, but also maybe do one more Google search.
And thus the world has been saved yet again by the Grolic Saves the World.
Wherever you live, look into these laws.
Yeah,
because you're a renter or maybe you're a landlord.
And that truly, I want to add to that earnestness, Oren, just because I want to say that I'm being serious about this, not because it's especially heartfelt or anything, but I'm being serious. Look up your laws. If you have this, a lot of states as of late have passed similar bedbug legislation because it was a way for landlords to put the responsibility onto their tenants when it wasn't their fault. They were doing what they did to me, which is they were spot fumigating to save themselves money rather than fumigating the whole building, which is what needs to be done. And sometimes the building needs to be wrapped. Like they need to be put in that clown house that they used to make meth in and Breaking Bad. No one ever talked about that. That I bet Walter White and Jesse Pinkman, they had bed bugs. You know what I mean? They left.
Fan theory.
Yeah, they left that meth house covered in bed bugs. And he brought him home. And that's the real disgrace of Walter White. That's really what he did wrong, is he exposed
Well, I'll tell you what,
friend.
when you have bed bugs, you feel like you're on meth because you are scratching everywhere,
and
all over your body,
48
all the time.
hours straight. Like you
Exactly.
can't sleep.
Like
we slept with the lights on.
If you have stories about this stuff, I don't want to hear them.
Don't share
Don't
them.
share.
Don't.
This is the first time. Don't share your stories. But if you want, feel free to share your resolutions that you've found or any help and up to
But
an
I'm joking.
I
Share
read-
your stories. We'll talk about them on a fourth act because they are interesting, albeit disgusting.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people have had them. All jokes aside, I get it. I think a lot of people have had shit like this. Andrew,
Well, you know-
are you bedbug free now? Have you fumigated? Are you good?
No, I'm not.
We played catch the other day.
All right. And here it is. Well, why don't we take a break? As you know, bed bugs are little mahogany creatures. And we recently had our favorite little red mahogany creature on the Grolics live show. So let's listen to some live
bed bug of comedy.
The bed bug of comedy. Let's listen to some live stand-up comedy from our good friend Brian Cook, the bed bug of comedy. And when we return, we'll have our third actors. I almost skipped it. You're on deck. We are going to tease the next episode's challenge. There's more show. Stay tuned. Guys, I'm going to go shower real quick.
Me too.
How are the two sober ones also the two divorced ones? Does that make sense to anybody? You guys too young to have divorced friends yet? When I was in my 20s and 30s, I always looked at married friends as a bummer. I was like, fuck, one less fun person around. Now I'm in my 40s, I realize that a married friend is just a crucial first step to a divorced friend. Divorced friends will be there for you because they have no one else to be there for. Your married friends will cancel plans because the baby has a cough. Your divorced friend, he has a sitter. He's coming out. He's coming out and he's going to drink till his eyes bleed. That's a true story about my old college roommate, Dan. Dan's wife left and he came out to visit me in LA last year. We stayed up until 4 a.m. He drank until his eyes bled. Not until they got bloodshot. Until they dripped red American blood. I've never seen anything like it. And then he disappeared into the bathroom around 4 a.m. He came out, he was wearing a t-shirt and jogging shorts. I was like, oh, Dan's gonna go to bed. I looked down, Dan was also wearing running shoes. I was like, oh, that's incongruous. Dan, what are you doing, buddy? He goes, oh, I didn't tell you? The other reason I'm in LA is that an hour from now, I'm gonna go run the Santa Monica half marathon. Crocked out of his mind. Dan came in 4th. That's true. That's how fast you can run when you're running from your feelings. Fucking incredible.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon Prime. From streaming to shopping, Prime helps you get more out of your passions. So whether you're a fan of true crime or prefer a nail-biting novel from time to time, with services like Prime Video, Amazon Music, and fast free delivery, Prime makes it easy to get more out of whatever you're into or getting into. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to learn more.
Oh, welcome to the third act team. Third actors.
Wow. You are glad
skipped
you
a good
missed. Yes, that one was disgusting. And Andrew is gross. I was a victim. We learned a lot from this one. And
I think we're going to add to the already beefy numbers of third actors with an episode like this. A lot of people who are just skipping all of that and getting right to this place where we're free and clear of that which shall not be mentioned nor named ever again. And Growling Saves the World.
I would like we do want to thank Tom Martino.
I would like to thank Tom Martino for not responding to you, for being the bigger man and taking the high road and saying, you know what? I'm not going to argue with this guy again.
I'm not going to continue to be trolled by Adam Caden.
That shows
you guys are
growth.
talking to a guy
it shows growth.
Who is blocked by Arby's on Twitter. I'm not done with Tom.
Let's see. He should respond. If he responds, there will be a full fourth act about that.
Yep.
So stay tuned.
Absolutely.
But yeah, what an amazing episode. I feel disgusting, but Andrew, I love you, and I hope this gets resolved because
Thank you.
Is sad.
Thank you. Well,
how are you feeling? Even though you haven't slept, can you get the song out?
I'll give it a shot. Plugs.
So hard to see him try, but I love when he does try.
Producer Ron, don't actually do this, but man, what if Producer Ron made it the tiny little high-pitched noise of 1,000 bed bugs singing?
Oh,
plugs.
God.
Plugs.
Like Joe's Apartment. Remember when there was a show about cockroaches?
I opened my mouth to sing it, and
that was
bed bugs just
greenlit.
pour out.
That show was
A show
greenlit.
about cockroaches was greenlit. What the fuck?
Yep.
We can't get our fucking sitcom about talking vacuum cleaners to even get a fucking general.
Sucktown.
I can't get a cup of coffee in Hollywood.
Adam, what do you got? What do you got to plug? What's happening?
Oh, you know, I'm doing my one-man show, Happy Place, at the Bug Theater on August 17th. Haven't done it since I did it in LA. And Ben, you were at that show. It's in great shape. I'm just
fantastic.
Excited to keep moving it along. I have no idea when I'll do another Colorado show. So August 17th, Happy Place, Bug Theater, our home. Come on out and see it.
People go and see it. It's beautiful. And if you saw like the first kind of earlier iteration of it, I think you should go because I really love what you did with the multimedia kind of aspect to it.
Thanks,
it is
man.
really beautiful
It's
and
in a good
moving,
spot.
and I cried. So yeah. Andrew, what do you got?
I'll tell you what I got. Saturday, August 10th, I'm going to be driving Adam up to the Bread Bar up in the mountains of Colorado. We're going to be doing comedy. I'm going to be opening up for Adam. Should be a great show. I've heard this is an amazing venue.
So fucking awesome.
Yeah, it'll be great. It's like 30 minutes from Denver. So come check out a cool venue and a cool show.
Yeah, it's truly beautiful. I will be on Sunday, August 4th. I will be headlining Comedy Works Downtown, the Downtown Club, as they say in Pittsburgh, downtown.
The OG, the jewel.
OG, the original room. Please, everybody, get your tickets now to that show or all of these. And obviously, always the live Grawlix show happening the last Saturday of this month. It's on sale now. You're going to want to get your tickets early. Always on sale. So those tickets are down in the show notes. Who wants to do our speedy credits? Who's doing the quick creds?
We don't
Who's
have
got
the
it
cheat sheet. So anybody want to do it from memory? Andrew, you want to do it from memory?
I can do. Can you do it from memory, Andrew?
I can do it from memory. No
All right.
problem. No problem.
Let's
All
see if
right,
we
here
can
we
do
go.
it. I'm fact checking this time. I'm fact checking.
Big thanks
like-
to our
it's
producer
so wrong. He
Ron
gets everything
Doyle.
wrong.
Okay.
Can I do it?
Yes,
Can I
go
begin?
ahead. Just go.
My God.
Sorry,
My God.
Your Highness.
Let me get a new canvas and tray of oil paints. Thank you.
Okay. Paint us a picture.
That's what they call it. A tray of oil paints.
Fuck you.
Paint me. Paint my body. Go.
Thank you.
I'm going to derail it every time.
No, I got it. I got
All
it.
right.
Thank you to our producer, Ron Doyle. Big thanks to Mike Henderson for all of your help recording our live show. You can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/GrawlixSaves. What did I forget?
Charlie.
Our theme music is by the wonderful Charlie Continental. What are we going to do next episode,
No,
guys?
you missed it again, too.
Missed it again.
Follow us on socials everywhere. You can check us out on
because
all
that's
of the socials.
stupid. No
at
one is listening to
Grawlix
this and
Comedy.
running to check us out on socials.
Well,
I did
they're
that one
not
on purpose.
when you don't tell them that it exists.
I did. I cut that one on purpose.
Yeah,
I-
and Charlie. You wanted to cut Charlie Continental out of this,
Yeah.
one of the most talented musicians in this here
We're
city.
so lucky to have him, and you're just
that
shit
one
on him.
that one I did fuck up.
Wow. That was great. Adam, you Conor McGregored him. You got in his head and
I
you
really
were
did.
stymied.
Yeah,
you were like,
I
there
was-
no
I mean,
fucking kick.
I was doing
Yeah.
that shit at the press conference 2 days ago.
Yeah, you were in his head, and that's why he lost.
Way in.
Well, we're going to be back next week, and you're saying, what's that challenge? I'll tell you what it is, or what's the episode. We're going to set some parameters for that episode, and then we're going to complete said parameters for that episode.
sure.
That's
Hell
the
yeah.
Grawlix
Okay.
Saves the World.
Hell
guarantee.
yeah.
I think that's what we're going to do. In the meantime, play us out, Charlie, because you're important to me, not the fucking end.
And to me too.
I can't sleep without another body next to me, man. And you know that.